At Christian Center Church, our mission transcends the walls of our sanctuary. Through Project Impact, we're dedicated to making a tangible difference in the lives of individuals both locally and globally.
We started Project Impact probably about 4 years ago in 2021, really in the middle of COVID. And the whole goal was to harness the collective power of giving as a church. We wanted to see what we can do when we just have one focus. Yes, there's thousands of missions and good things to do, but we wanted to have one focus as a church to make it simpler for our people to say, we're given to one project.
Our efforts focus on three main pillars: missions, youth empowerment, and community care. In missions, we've partnered with global communities to spread hope and support.
Hi everyone, it's Alicia Griffiths, aka the Jamaica lady, building me up. Well, CCC's assistant has helped me tremendously. I mean, last year, I've never done anything like this, but I was there when the hurricane took place, and I was able to ship over 20 barrels. If that were just me doing this by myself, so many people's lives would not have been impacted. And the camps, the kids have been excited, and they've just grown from 75 to 100 to 125, from 2 churches to a 3rd community, plus many one-day events over the island. If I were to say something, I would say it's totally off the hook. So thank you so much to everyone who's donated to Project Impact. It's made a world of difference.
In India, the work of Project Impact is rewriting stories once marked by pain, poverty, and silence. Every year, thousands of children, many from the Dalit community, often referred to as the untouchables, fall into the hands of traffickers. They're forced into organized beggar gangs, sold into labor, and trapped in the unthinkable horrors of sex trafficking. But through Project Impact, rescue is reaching them. We're working hand in hand with trusted local partners, ministries who understand the language, the landscape, and the urgent need. Together, we're pulling children out of modern slavery and into places of safety, healing, and hope. But the mission doesn't stop at rescue. We're investing in long-term change, equipping them for the future through good schools, strengthening the underground church in high-risk regions, and building a new story of spiritual awakening where oppression once reigned. This is what the gospel looks like in action. Hands extended, chains broken, lives restored. This is Project Impact.
2 years since this war started. This day we lost everything. This is a very stressful life because you don't know what happens to you next day. And then it's such a great miracle. One brother from Canada, he decided to help us, and from that moment we started to help people. So we started this small ministry, started to grow and grow. Refugees, they start to come. Every Sunday more and more people, they came for help, they found answers and hope. Nobody can steal our hope from our heart.
Youth empowerment is at the heart of our mission as we invest in the leaders of tomorrow. Through ICO, we've been able to provide employment opportunities to youth in our community. These jobs offer valuable experience, mentorship, and a positive alternative to negative influences. Our student scholarship program is an avenue where we support our young people, removing financial barriers to education and empowering them to become future leaders.
Okay, my name is Deborah Bryan.
Hi, my name is Success at CHU.
Well, since arriving at CCC, the church has been supporting me financially by providing additional support for courses, so I can actually take additional courses.
So recently I got the scholarship from ICO, and it has definitely impacted me and supported me in my academic journey. Recently, me and my family did move. Commuting to school would be more expensive. Receiving the ICO scholarship has definitely helped me just finance that part of school.
Receiving assistance from the church has really impacted my faith because during a time when I actually wasn't going to go back to school because of the lack of finances, it was offered to me. Like, I didn't even seek it out, but they offered to help me to continue my education.
Knowing that I can also like graduate out of undergrad and not have to worry about a huge debt is something that I appreciate and I'm very thankful for.
Giving back to the youth is life-changing. It will completely change their lives, open their eyes to new perspectives, see the world in a new light, to see a giving community, a giving organization that's willing to invest into them, and it will also instill purpose.
My name is LeVar Bailey. I've been on 3 missionary trips with CCC. I went to Haiti in 2015. I went to Chicago and Detroit. Like it put me in a space where I had to mature, I had to grow. And that gave me a good sense of what it means to be a man of God, because I was consistently surrounded by men of God. Woke up and did devotionals, who sought to give me understanding of biblical truth.
I knew I wanted to take a step towards missions. I felt that was something that was on my heart greatly. And so I couldn't perceive or forecast what would happen. But trusting God, that was like me taking a literal leap of faith.
I remember when we went to Haiti and there were just lots of people who were like, praising and worshiping God. And, regardless of the situation they were in, they still found themselves very, happy, in love with God, which was very inspiring for me. That kind of helped me to also build my faith too.
Just being there, you just get to see how people were just living how they were experiencing life over there. In my eyes, I had a better life, but then to see them and be so happy and stuff like that, even though they were struggling, every time I come back home, I'm grateful.
Well, for many of us, and including myself, at that age, we never really left Toronto. So that gave us an opportunity to go out and see a different environment. And for us to come together as a community to go and to provide assistance to people who are in need was really, really great.
Oh my gosh, so going on my first ever missions trip as a teenager was absolutely amazing. It was so impactful for me because just seeing how others lived in those communities, it was just very impactful for me to also, for one, giving back to the community and just connecting with the people.
We were able to work with young adults, we were able to work with children, and to see that the children that was coming from the camp, they didn't have much, but just us being there for having Bible study, for them to be there each day, that was a way to take them away from everything that was going on bad around them, with us just doing games and doing Bible verses and Bible camp, and also we had a meal for them.
I decided to go on a missionary trip when I was 13 years old, and I remember not really having a job at that point, but knowing and just feeling deep inside that this is something that I wanted to do. I would just go to different members of my community. I would knock on their door and I would, tell them like who I am and how much I really want to go on this missions trip. And somehow I was able to raise all $1,600 on this trip. I think I was the youngest person at the time.
One day I will retire and devote my life to missionary work. That is how much I love it. And if you can today devote your life to Christ and give other people the opportunity to experience that love through evangelism, through missionary work, I promise you, you'll never regret it, because 10 years since my first mission trip, I still don't regret it.
And so I want to encourage you, our young people today, they need a lot of support. And I know we all love them. And so if we can come together, if we can really come together to be able to send maybe 10 young people on a missions experience, they will come back changed. They will come back to even be better children at home and to be more caring, to be more giving. So please join with us. Let's make it easier for our young people to go on the missions trip. God bless you as you consider to give.
Community care is our commitment to extending love and support to those in need within our local community. We've been able to provide food, emergency relief and practical assistance to individuals and families facing crises.
I was taking a program at George Brown College. I was in my last semester at the time when the school introduced a new course which was going to take an extra semester, and so I already had exhausted my budget for the semester. And then I met with Pastor Olu and he asked me how was school and how is everything going, and I kind of told him my complaint and my challenge. And then he said, oh, when the final semester comes up, just let us know and the church will support you.
When I have to pay my rent, they supported me financially, paying like half of my rent, and recently I have a debt in my family which they supported me financially with the funeral costs.
Oh yes, when me and my family came to Canada in 2023, upon arrival we faced a really hard time and we were living in a really dangerous situation. And Pastor Olu and the CCC community helped us out and help us get out of that situation.
So to know that no matter how much you are in the church, that you've been seen and you've been acknowledged, that goes a very long way for me. It's not just like a church, it's like a home, it's like a family to me.
So I encourage everybody to donate or sponsor the youth, because this will be an example for them in the future, so they can do the same and give back to the community just as we are giving them.
Over the last 4 years, we've raised over $100,000, and we want to see if we can double that actually, and we're trusting God for His favor and for your generosity. Help us to change the world. Let's make an impact. That's why it's called Project Impact. Let's really make an impact in this next cycle. God bless you.